So we have a special program here today because we are in a special place. This is a place to go a little deeper. Here we are, the birthplace of Srimati Radharani. So my plan is this. I want to read a little bit from the Chaitanya Charitamrita very shortly, just as a meditation. Then I'll ask Ramanaji to sing, and after that, both the Maharajas will speak a little. Srimati Radharani takes her first bath in the shower of the nectar of compassion, and she takes her second bath in the nectar of youth. After her midday bath, Radharani takes another bath in the nectar of bodily luster, and she puts on the garment of shyness, which is her black silk sari. Srimati Radharani's affection for Krishna is her upper garment, which is pinkish in color. So you see the black sari of shyness with the pinkish upper garment, which is her affection. She then covers her breast with another garment composed of affection and anger toward Krishna. Srimati Radharani's personal beauty is the reddish powder known as kumkum. Her affection for her associates is sandalwood pulp, and the sweetness of her smile is camphor. All these combined together are smeared over her body. Conjugal love for Krishna is an abundance of musk, and with that musk her whole body is decorated. Craftiness and covert anger constitute the arrangement of her hair. The quality of anger due to jealousy is the silk garment covering her body. Her attachment for Krishna is the relish color of betel nuts on her brilliant lips. Her double dealings in loving affairs constitute the black ointment around her eyes. The ornaments decorating her body are the blazing ecstasies of goodness, and the constantly existing ecstasies headed by jubilation. All these ecstasies are the ornaments of her body. Also, ornamenting her body are the 20 kinds of ecstatic symptoms, beginning with Kila Kinchita. Her transcendental qualities constitute the flower garland hanging in fullness over her head. Srila Prabhupada explains that this is not possible to explain properly in English what Kila Kinchita actually means. He says, first, in connection with the body, there are bhava, ecstasy, hava, gestures, and hela, negligence. In relation to the self, there are soba, beauty, kanti, luster, dipti, brilliance, madhurya, sweetness, pragalbhata, impudence, udarya, magnanimity, and darya, patience. And in relation to nature, there are lila pastimes. Vilasa, enjoyment, vichiti, breaking off, and vibrama, puzzlement. There are no English equivalents for the words Kila Kinchita, Modaita, and Kuti. So, Srimati Radharani's flower garden consists of her qualities and is divided into mental, verbal, and bodily parts. Her attitude of forgiveness and mercy is all mental. Her talks, which are very pleasing to the ear, are verbal. The body's qualities are age, beauty, luster, and grace. The tilak of good fortune is on her beautiful broad forehead. Her various loving affairs are a gem, and her heart is the locket. Srimati Radharani's gopi friends are her mental activities, which are concentrated on the pastimes of Sri Krishna. She keeps her hand on the shoulder of a friend who represents youth. Srimati Radharani's bedstead is bright itself, and it is situated in the abode of her bodily aroma. She's always seated there, thinking of Krishna's association. Srimati Radharani's earrings are the name, fame, and qualities of Lord Krishna. The glories of Lord Krishna's name, fame, and qualities are always inundating her speech. Srimati Radharani induces Krishna to drink the honey of the conjugal relationship. She's therefore engaged in satisfying all the lusty desires of Krishna. Srimati Radharani is a mine filled with valuable jewels of love for Krishna. Her transcendental body is complete with unparalleled spiritual qualities. If one asks about the origin of love of Krishna, the answer is that the origin is in Srimati Radharani alone. Who is the most dear friend of Krishna? The answer again is Srimati Radharani alone, no one else. Srimati Radharani's hair is very curly. Her two eyes are always moving to and fro, and her breasts are firm. Since all transcendental qualities are manifested in Radharani, she alone is able to fill all the desires of Krishna, no one else. Even Satyabhama, one of the queens of Sri Krishna, desires the fortunate position and excellent qualities of Srimati Radharani. All the gopis learn the art of dressing from Srimati Radharani, and even the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, and the wife of Lord Shiva, Parvati, desire her beauty and qualities. Indeed, Arundhati, the very chaste wife of Vasistha, also wants to imitate the chastity and religious principles of Srimati Radharani. Even Lord Krishna himself cannot reach the limit of the transcendental qualities of Srimati Radharani. How then can an insignificant living entity count them? Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Now I've come to understand the truth of the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. Nonetheless, I still want to hear how both of them gloriously enjoy such love." So later on, I will speak a bit more about what I've just read and get into it a little deeper. But now I want to ask Ramanaji, who is supposed to sit somewhere behind me, to chant. So I want to first of all thank everyone for their contributions. Vaisnava Maharaj, who has been sharing many pastimes with us, and Ramanaji and Gaur Krishna, who have added sweet kirtan, and everyone else. Here in the birthplace of Srimati Radharani, we are of course in a meditative mood. I was reading before a little bit from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and there the different moods of Srimati Radharani were compared to taking different baths, right? It said the first bath was Karunyamrita, was in compassion. The second bath was in youth, and she was wearing a dark skirt of shyness, and then a top part of a pink piece of her affection for Krishna, and then covering her upper body again with a cloth that was both showing anger and affection. So it's getting like a whole mix that we hear. And I'll read a little bit from the purport that I also read. It said, first, in connection with the body, there are the following moods. Bhava, she's displaying ecstasy. How could she not? Being completely overwhelmed by love, there's no question that that love can be contained. It is not possible. Just as fire, when contained in a pot, in a metal pot, will make that pot glow and one will see the heat of the fire. In the same way, how can the bhava be contained within Srimati Radha? It's not possible. Therefore, that has to show her ecstasy. There's no doubt about that. Then there are gestures. These gestures are contradictory. Sometimes inviting, sometimes creating a barrier. sometimes ignoring, sometimes inviting. In this way, various gestures in different moods. Hela, negligence, oh yes. Somehow or other, Madan Mohan Mohini, she who can attract the attractor of Cupid, which is Krishna. She attracts him, and she doesn't just attract him, but she is increasing and increasing his attachment, and in this way increasing his ecstasies. Usually we pray to Krishna, oh, please give me love of God, give me a little bit of ecstasy, please. But this time, that's not Radharani's meditation at all, how to increase Krishna's ecstasy. That is her meditation. In relation to the self, now it's no longer the body, but her very personality. There is beauty, Sobha, beauty. Shobha, the beauty that Srimati Radharani is manifesting is the very beauty of her nature. In that regards, there is no duplicity. The beauty, her physical beauty, is an expansion of the beauty of her consciousness, the beauty of her being. She is one being. So, naturally, beauty, she is endowed with greater beauty. Greater beauty even than Krishna's beauty, because she can attract Krishna more than Krishna can attract her. Therefore her beauty is greater. Yes. This is a big question. Who is more beautiful, Radha or Krishna? It's difficult. You look left, you look right. It's hard to say. But in the end, she does win. She wins. Because she can capture Krishna in ways that he cannot capture her. Kanti, there is a luster, there is effulgence. Where there's purity, there is effulgence. Dipti, there is also brilliance. So that effulgence comes in two ways, as a glow, kanti, and then just sparkling, dipti, brilliance. There is madhurya, sweetness, but also pagalvata, impudence. Now she begins to cover herself, she begins to hide herself, because the whole nature of Srimati Radharani's love is that it is hidden. It is not just overtly shown. It is hidden. It is the most hidden thing. Therefore the other day in Radha Kund I felt a little bit mixed, because on the one hand here was the most hidden exchange between Radha and Krishna taking place in most private kunjas. I read to you about the descriptions from Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami about the various kunjas that were situated around Radha Kund. And there we can appreciate the hidden nature. It is said that around Shama Kund, the cowherd boys also have their various groves. But the cowherd boys are not managing these groves. They are the proprietors. They turn it over to the gopis, because they are not allowed there. It is only there Srimati Radharani with her associates and Krishna in these groves. No cowherd boys allowed. So they all turn over their groves to various sakis, various manjaris, and in this way it is going on. So the pastimes of Radha and Krishna are very hidden. Impudence is a quality that hides that love. She is challenging Krishna. She is like chastising Krishna. She is bluntly speaking to Krishna in ways that she doesn't want anything to do with him. Odarya, magnanimity. To be magnanimous means to give without limit, to not hold back in any way, to simply give to one's maximum capacity and possibly beyond. Yeah? Not like, I'll give so much, I'll hold back so much. We are familiar with that. Partial giving, but complete giving. So her magnanimity means she is giving everything she has, to the very last fiber of her existence. A complete being, everything she has, she offers in service to Krishna. It is that which is our objective. It is that which is our meditation. Nothing less will do. Nothing else is good enough. We cannot allow ourselves anything less. Maybe we cannot come to that platform. That may be. Maybe we fall short, but we can never be self-satisfied in that state of falling short. We can never say, well, you know, I'm doing 60%. That's good enough. 70. No. It's never can we be satisfied when we are encountering our own limitations. We all do. We all feel how much we fall short in our devotional service. Yeah. We have to come to that stage of completely giving ourselves, completely for the pleasure of Krishna, completely to increase his pleasure some way or other. It also includes, Odarya means giving to all, not just Krishna, but seeing that every living being is part of Krishna, that the spiritual world is an ocean of loving exchange, and that every living being belongs in that ocean of loving exchange with Krishna and one another, and that the exchanges are always increasing the ecstasy of that ocean. Therefore the ocean of love is eternally growing. So Odarya also means to include everyone, somehow or other. Every living entity has to become part of that. Whether it is all human beings, or all animals, or all plants. Everyone should be given mercy. Everyone. No one exempt. And Darya. Darya means patience. Patience is required. Patience means waiting. Waiting for opportunity. How hard it is to meet Krishna. How difficult. How many obstacles. And again, unexpectedly. Messengers are sent from both sides. Finally, Radha and Krishna have fixed a meeting place, and just that day, for some awkward reason, Jyotila appears there, in that place. How is it possible? No? Or some other elder appears, some obstacle, and the meeting again did not happen. And the next time, guess what? Again it did not happen. And it's just never happening. When will they finally meet? Stolen moments, when they do meet. Very rarely moments where somehow or other it works out, finally, in the day. Of course, they meet several times in the day, but how many moments are they missing? How many moments are they not able to meet because of social obstacles? Oh, how much patience is required when one is waiting to meet Krishna. 1 second, a moment feels like 12 years or more. 1 moment. So how much can we wait? And we are the opposite. We can wait forever. Well, can always practice next life. If not this life, well, you know, I think I did pretty good this life. No, really, I did something better than maybe last life. What do you think? Probably. Is it? No, there's still so much, there's still time left. Still many moments that we can just milk to the maximum for Krishna's, in Krishna's service. Let us meditate. Let us think about it. Let us take inspiration from Srimati Radharani. And in relation to nature, there are lila. So in relation to the external nature, there are pastimes. In relation to her nature also, pastimes. Vilas, enjoyment. But also vichit, breaking off. Oh yes. Breaking off, creating that separation. Radharani is also, she's not only subject to separation from Krishna, but she's also creating separation. Again and again, to increase the love of Krishna, the hankering of Krishna. So these ingredients are all mixed sometimes. Yes, come sometimes. Sorry. Take that debauchee away. I do not want to see his face. And she can be in a sulken mood. He went to the wrong grove at the time of the appointment. I will not see him now. And then of course, but even in her anger, her love for Krishna is never changed. Even if he misbehaves, there's no question of condemning him and rejecting him. It's not possible. Whether he's present before me or handles me roughly with his embrace, whatever he does, he is my Lord unconditionally. So in this way, we are appreciated. And then the final quality Srila Prabhupada mentions here, Vibhrama, is puzzlement, bewilderment. Not knowing. Although in the spiritual world, the situation is different than this domain. It is the world of Sat Chit Anand. It is a world which is not limited by time. It is Sat, it is eternal. It is Sit, there is unlimited knowledge. And there is unlimited happiness in that spiritual world. And yet, there is bewilderment. Bewildered means we don't know. Confused now. We don't know anymore what's going on here. What's happening now? Not sure anymore. Does he love? Does he actually love me? Or maybe not. We remember that story in Yavat, and where this goddess comes and the goddess is complaining about how Radharani is being treated. I'm going to tell it very quickly. And then the goddess is revealing that the demigods are watching everything that's going on in Vrindavan, and then the demigoddess says, I cannot take it any longer. I cannot bear it any longer to see how Krishna is treating you. No, really. You gave everything to him and look what he does to you. How unfaithful. And Radharani says, no, it's not like that. Whatever is happening, the truth of the matter is, these are all external things. Actually, Krishna and myself are never separated for a moment, because I am always thinking of Krishna and Krishna is always thinking of me, and in this way we are one. Then the goddess says, well, I understand, Srimati Radharani. I understand you very well. I understand that you would like to believe that. But how do you really know that Krishna is always thinking of you? How do you really know? Then the goddess said, I cannot believe it. I can only believe it since you say that you are one in thought. I can only believe it that when you think of Krishna now in deep meditation, that he will know it and that you can make him appear. Only then will I believe it. And Radharani went in deep meditation. And as she went in deep meditation, after some time she opened her eyes and then Krishna was there. But that goddess had gone, and then Radharani said, where did that goddess go? Oh, she had to go. Yes, she had to go so that Krishna could manifest and take off his disguise. So somehow or other, bewilderment, not knowing actually, for sure, doubt being cast, confusion, bewilderment. These are all different moods that somehow or other are manifested at different points in time of Srimati Radharani's love. Therefore it is not simple, it is not cheap, it is not just Radharani, Radharani, Radharani type of thing. That is cheap. That you can get at the tea stalls, or on the little carts at the side of the road. You can buy that kind of things. That you can get in some cheap Ras Leela where the actors after the performance drink chai and smoke bidis. That can never penetrate into the essence of things. We can only approach these matters today in our discussion on the strength of our devotional service. And if our devotional service is meager, then we will be on the outside. And then we'll get restless here. Then we'll sit in this place and think, when will we go home? It goes on too long today. Kirtan forever. Then first Kadamba Kanana Swami Kirtan. Then he read something. Then another Kirtan. And yet another Kirtan. Then he spoke. And he went on for a long time. And then Vaisnava Maharaj started also. And see how long he goes, I don't know. I mean, he gets ecstatic, he doesn't care about time and such things. It's about ecstasy. So let's see what's going to happen. Somehow or other. And some might start thinking like, prasadam jo chalega bhi. If you already missed it today, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, we already missed. Anyway, snack bar again. Some bananas, Ekadasi, huh? What will you eat now? Anyway, so, from the internal to the external, and then again, back to the internal. But if we don't take some time to meditate here, then what are we doing? Because here we are going to the core of the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we are maybe not qualified, but at least we should understand something from the mouth of the Vaishnavas. And since Vaishnava Maharaj is known as Vaishnava Maharaj, therefore I think he is a Vaishnava. नहीं कोई दिक्कत नहीं महाराज कुछ बता दीजिए
Sacred place, birthplace of Srimati Radharani, Raval. Krishna's birthplace is also nearby, Gokul. This place is also coming under Mahaban, the same one. Actually, Vrindavan Maharaj and Kirtida, the father and mother of Radharani, they are permanent resident is in Barsana, Vishwahanupur. They had one extension counter here, some farmhouse. We are sitting in the farm. So it is said in one Purana that they were expecting some daughter. So Naraji told them to chant some mantra and do some penance, and they did some austerity by chanting the same mantra. It is said in Bhagavad Purana, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. This mantra was mentioned that Naraji guided them to chant this mantra. And then after some days, it's a long story how Radharani appeared here in the Jamuna in a golden lotus. And Vishwana Maharaj was going to take bath, and he saw and then got it and gave it to Kirtida, and they accept as their daughter. So like that, Radharani. And but they brought that effulgent girl from the lotus flower from Jamuna, but they saw everything is nice, so nice, good looking, but she is not opening her eyes. She is blind. But she is a blind girl, so beautiful but blind. So they were not happy. Such a nice girl we got, but she is blind. So one day Naraji also came to see Krishna, the Bala Krishna. They went to Nanda Bhavan and had darshan of Krishna. Then after spending some time there, then Naraji thought, if Krishna is here, then definitely Srimati Radhika must be here nearby somewhere. So let us search. So he went to all the villages and inquire if you have some baby girl, something like that. I want to see, I want to bless her. And he checked many. Finally, he came here also. He said, yes, we have, but what is the use? Maybe you can bless her, she is blind. Okay, let us see. So they brought Radharani. By seeing her from the distance, Naraji feels some spiritual power. So then he thought that whatever I just felt when I saw Krishna face to face, the same kind of feeling I am getting here. So that means she must be the Radharani. So then they come, they said, okay, you went away, let me bless him seriously, privately. So then Naraji prayed to Srimati Radharani, please show me your form. So Radharani manifested her form in front of Naraji. So Naraji told them, then why you were blind? No, I came here, but I can't see anybody except Krishna. So then Naraji said, okay, thank you. So then after some time they came, Vrindavan and Kirtans. Said, so what to do now? Now just make one big feast, invite everybody, even Nanda Sada and everybody. So then she will get cured. So then they made arrangement big feast, Nanda Sada and Nanda also they came. So then everybody was busy in festivity. So Krishna was crawling. So he went to the place where Radharani was there in Palna. What they say? Jula? Swing? Swing. She was there, baby blind girl. So everybody is meeting each other and talking. So Krishna crawl and catch to that swing and looking. So Radharani, she is blind, she is not opening her eyes, but she got the fragrance of Krishna's body. The body smell she got. She said, definitely my Lord is here. So she opened her eyes and then she saw Krishna. Directly Krishna saw him. Both were laughing. So everybody said, where is Krishna? Where is there? So they found both of them are laughing and seeing each other. So that is the occasion that happened here. So Krishna comes to Radharani to see her, and Radharani also opened her eyes here to see Krishna only. So like that we can meditate Radha and Krishna, the supreme absolute, the supreme couple, as Maharaj was explaining, it's the most intense place here. So he spent more time here by doing kirtan. This is the only way we can purify ourselves and approach for their mercy. Only way is to chant Hare Krishna and make us purify. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Sorry, Thank you very much, Maharaj. And as you've noticed, this tree is not one tree, these are two trees. You're seeing how this tree is representing Radha and Krishna. One dark and one is white. So in this way, such trees are quite common in Vrindavan. We used to have one very close to our temple, the Krishna Balaram tree, which was the same. Also, the black is at the bottom and white on top, Krishna and Balaram. And here we're seeing Radha and Krishna represented by these trees, having entered into the spirit of the trees. So in this way, that's why I like to sit under this tree.
It's neem and people.
Okay, Maharaj says it's neem and people, I believe it.
But neem tree already disappeared.
Neem tree already disappeared. Sort of, half. Thoda sa bhi bhakti rehta hai, na?
No, I think it's gone.
Chala gaya?
Nothing is there.
Achha. Anyway, still
But
there.
But if you go to Bhandrivan, where the marriage took place, there Tamal and Kadam. Both
In Bhandrivan, there is Tamal Kadam. See, Maharaj knows all these trees in all of Vrindavan. Every single
in Braj, they considered Tamal tree is Krishna.
In Braj, Tamal is Krishna and Kadam is, of course, Radharani, that I know.
They're together there.
I happen to know that one. Anyway, yeah, kirtan, huh? Very short. 10 minutes. We have to sort of go back soon. Small, huh?
Yeah.
Just to end. A little taste. 5. 5 minutes of Brahma. In the Rasa dance, we know that one night turns into a whole kalpa. So we just a few moments. Let's take from the tree, Maharaj. If you find a branch lying around on the floor from that tree, you may as well stick it in your bead bag or bring it back with you and save it as one of your trophies. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we can approach all these places. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, whatever we are lacking, He will make up. Whatever is difficult becomes easy by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And whatever is easy is still difficult without the mercy of Mahaprabhu. So it is by His mercy that we could be here today, and it is by His mercy that we are doing whatever we are doing. In the Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada writes, those men in this age of Kali who dress up like sannyasis, we can only do so by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya. And all of us can only approach such exalted pastimes places by the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna only, who is none other than Radha and Krishna combined. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we can... So then slowly we can go to a bus. So if you stay behind, you have to stay behind. And then you have to become a sweeper there. You should stay behind, you spend the rest of your life just sweeping the pathways for all the pilgrims.